Hi, and welcome to Style by Spirituality. I'm Adeline, and today I'm sitting here with the lovely Kelly.
Hello.
And of course, last Sunday we told you guys that we are going to be talking about the education system and just kind of stories that people are experiencing right now with post-secondary school. We won't name any. We won't name any specific universities or
Any institution.
Yes, exactly. But I just feel like this is something that a lot of us are going through. A lot of people in their 20s, early 30s who are attending post-secondary school and end up not having jack shit. So to be as raw as possible. So Kelly's here to share her story. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm 25 years old, 7 years of university, between two different institutions. I'm graduating in June with a Bachelor of Arts in Environment and Geography, minoring in Criminology. I also have an interior design degree and can't get work for anything.
Well, surprise, surprise. You're not the only one. Since you're unable to find work, what is it that you're doing right now in terms of trying to...
I go onto this website called Indeed for Winnipeg.
Mm-hmm.
Job searching all day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just basically, because I can't find work in my field, I'm down to applying to places for administrative work or secretarial, receptionist, that type of stuff. And I'm not getting any calls back. Because it's all automated through email, there's not even anyone that you can call and say, I understand I didn't get the job, but where am I not qualified? So maybe you can, boost up, take a course here or there to make yourself more qualified, but everything is just email. It's just general HR. There's no one you can talk to, no one you can find out where you fell flat.
Mm-hmm.
So you basically end up, it's trial and error. I have about 15 to 20 resumes out there that I haven't heard back on yet.
Wow.
So either I'm going to get no interviews, or a month from now I'm going to be bombarded with a whole bunch of interviews and I still may not get a job from it.
What type of jobs are you currently looking for? Like, what is it that you're looking for?
Basically, right now I've applied to Great West Life to try and get, administrative work, doing processing stuff. I've applied for administrative jobs through the University of Manitoba. I've applied through MPI and all that other stuff, basically hoping that maybe I could get in on the ground level.
Mm-hmm.
They'll see my qualifications, see what I've studied, see what my degrees are, and maybe I can apply internally to move myself
Get yourself up there, yeah.
It's just, you can't even get your foot in the door.
Of course, now we understand what your reality is,
yes.
But what did you envision for yourself?
I actually envisioned working with some sort of agency that would be dealing with, mixing living space and people. Being geography, you learned about people and their environment, how people move about, you learn about nature and how to bring people and nature together. You learn about where's a good place for people, where's a not so good place. And then with interior design and some basic architecture, I wanted to be working someplace where I could go out in the field and say, you know what, if you want to put this development here, that's fine, but this is how you're going to be affecting the environment, and this is what we can do to make it so that the footprint isn't. So that people can live here, people can move around, people can go to a corner store rather than having to get into their gas-guzzling vehicles and drive off to some, central metropolis area. I figured you can keep things modern, but work within the environment, keep things healthy for the environment, not affect, the animals and the birds and everything, but also make it good for people so that people feel that they have a place to be, a place in this world where they can feel at home, where they can have a sense of community and be proud of where they're from, and have it all just work together. And that was my goal. And now I'm finding out that I might be a glorified secretary someplace.
Oh my goodness.
Answering telephone calls and asking people, can I get you coffee or water?
And you are so intelligent. That would just be a waste That would be just such a waste. And everything that you just said to me was just amazing. And wow.
There's a lot of people that are equally intelligent, if not more so, and
Still
they're
can't find a
waiting
job.
tables at restaurants,
Yeah.
working at gas stations, and still hoping for that break into someplace.
How does it affect you emotionally and mentally and all that?
It's probably one of the most stressful things when you're, I have the greatest home life. My family is supportive. They're not charging me rent, they're trying to help me as much as possible, but you still sit at home and you start to feel like you are a failure, like everything you studied was for nothing, like maybe your degree is useless. You start to, I've gone into sleepless nights. I've noticed more hair falling out in the shower when I brush my hair. I mean, I'm a person who's developed, anxiety and panic attacks, and you start to think, by 30 I want to be, married and starting a family and have a financial foundation that allows for that. And if I have 5 years to get there, I don't see at this point with the jobs that I'm desperately grasping for, I don't see how that's even possible,
Yeah.
So you start to wonder, this plan that you make for yourself, is it just going to get tossed out? Or are you just, going to be failing? And you go to the doctor and they say, well, your stress levels are really up. We can put you on anti-anxiety medication, put you on antidepressants. And I'm thinking, no, I don't want to go on medication. I just want a job. I want to start being an adult in that sense,
If you knew what you knew now, would you have done things differently? And if so, what would you have done?
In all honesty, at this point, the jobs that are available, the jobs that people are looking for, even though this was my dream and my goal, like I said, with incorporating environment and design with people and trying to change people's lives through the bottom-up dynamic, I probably would have looked at it, if I knew now or then what I know now, I would have looked at it and said, that's just going to forever be a dream. And I probably would have gone to, a small college, done business administration or something, and then just gone straight for an office job. Because at least if I had been business administration, I would be qualified to sit at a desk in a cubicle doing office work, rather than now I'm not qualified for that. And apparently I'm not qualified for what I studied for. I mean, kind of like
7 years in
7
school.
years, and God knows, 20, 30, 40, I don't even know how much it cost in the end, but it was a lot of, feels like wasted money and effort and stress over papers and assignments, and you're striving to get A's and burst into tears when you finish with a B+, and you still just not worth. I'm gonna get to walk across the stage in a cap and gown and get a diploma and shake the president of the university's hand, but once I walk out of there, go back home, and it's you have no place in society. You sit at home hoping someone will call, even just for a part-time job,
Kelly, everybody, right now to make a little bit of money is making these lovely things.
Attempting.
Yes, they're beautiful. Thank you. Again,
No
really well
problem.
done. Thank you so much. Just tell us a little bit about your bracelet line here that you got going on.
I basically have taken, my savings account. My mom has, kind of gone, whatever I can go in, that's what she adds into. And I'm basically, it's called, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, kumihimu style braid. It's a way of braiding it, and you just braid these bracelets together, and it's supposed to have a little bit like the braiding, the way it's linked together. The history of kumihimu, if you read into it, it was, something very spiritual. The braid and the knot is supposed to be strength, because it's something that you can, they make ropes out of it.
How do you say it?
Kumihimu.
Kumihimu.
It's a Japanese style of braiding, and I just got into it, and I started, just trying it to see, and you know, you kind of work on your product line and you see, okay, well, this looks messy, you know, this is cleaning it up. And
well, they're very beautiful. And where can we get these?
I do have an Etsy shop right now. Hopefully it'll grow into something bigger, but you just go into Etsy and no space is required. Just type in Lotus Blossom Luxuries and I'm the only one there with that name, and it'll pop right up. And I do the pre-braided color combinations, but I also have a section where you can go in and email at lotusblossomluxuries@gmail.com, and we can custom design your colors. I have an image of every available color and I'll do it to your liking.
Okay, that's awesome. See? So she's trying. Since things are the way they are, at least, and that's amazing. I mean, as much as your story has this way, and I mean, you're trying and you're getting creative, and that's beautiful. I
gotta try and make money somehow.
Exactly, and even just tuning into your creative side it makes you even feel just a notch.
Well, yeah, and you feel better, and there's actually something very calming when I'm doing it. I mean, I'm even gonna try making, you know, me and my mom together are actually going to try and turn it into, you know, maybe dog accessories eventually, collars and leashes. And wouldn't it be cool if you could have, for the pet lovers, you know, a bracelet that's kind of matching color-wise to your dog's accessories. So now the true animal lover can, you know, I'm gonna try everything. I mean, if it even just gets me, you know, $100 here or there, it's better than sitting at home with nothing.
And doing,
you know, and nothing. Doing nothing. And at least now I'm not sitting there focusing on getting no calls. Now, you know, there's
taking your mind off of it.
Yeah, it's very calming when you're braiding, you're doing these things, and you're not thinking about what's not happening for you. You're focused on what could happen.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Well, thank you for sharing your story again. I keep thanking you, but
you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. So, thank you for tuning in. We will be doing an extra video on top of this with Dana. I can't remember her last name. I can't remember her last name, but don't forget to, if you can resonate with Kelly's story and if you have some questions for us, feel free to comment below. Also, don't forget to check out Kelly's Etsy shop.
Yes.
And also she has a Facebook page. And what is it called?
It's Lotus Blossom Luxuries.
Lotus Blossom Luxuries.
Yes.
Get it, y'all. Check this out. It's beautiful. Jeez. Anyway, love, peace, and hair grease. Thank you.